Everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Plat Reinhardt player. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos we have going on, all that good stuff. So, let's see our Reinhardt. Let's rewind that. I think I want 10 seconds here. Okay, so you walk out. You get hit by that fire strike when you shouldn't. You go here and you don't open this corner with a fire strike, which is a little surprising to me. Like, you might be worried about a Zarya bubble. I just don't really care. A Zarya bubble isn't that big a deal because a Zarya catching just a fire strike on a bubble really doesn't net her very much positive energy relative to the cooldown. She needs a lot more beyond the fire strike. So I'd have really liked you to, as you were walking past this corner, as you were rotating here, to have sort of opened with the fire strike, but that's okay. Now you go for this fire strike, and this fire strike is late. They've seen you here. They've sort of been here. You fire striked in the open. You had no ability to really go behind cover. You could sort of drift left to do it. This wasn't as good of a fire strike as the one earlier would have been. Okay, you're just going to have to back off. Unfortunate. Don't you dare. Okay. I don't actually want you to fire strike at this close corner either. So fire striking at this corner provides value. Fire striking at this corner risks you getting pinned, you getting shattered, etc. Now, he can't shatter here he can't shatter you here, and you know that because he doesn't have it, but he could swing into you. He could pin you. He could do all those things. It's just really not what we're looking to do. It could be a case of, oh, a Brig bashes you. It could be a case of a Reaper shoots you in the face. Like, you don't really want to fire strike around corners that enemies are at. You want to fire strike when distance matters. You might think to yourself, oh, but fire strike is 100 damage and it can pierce, where swing is only 85 damage. Well, that's the thing. Swing is 85 damage, and while it doesn't pierce, it pierces in a different direction, and you have the ability to cancel out of it if there's something in your face, like a hack that you want to cancel, anything like that. So it really is going to be better than shatters, than fire strikes. It's going to be better to swing than fire strike when you're on a corner with other people on the other side of that corner. When there's distance between the corners, absolutely, fire strike white. When you have enemies right on the other side of that corner, go for swings, not fire strikes. If this Ryan is holding, way back here, absolutely, sure, fire strike. But if he's holding here like he is, you want to be going for swings here. Why is your shield up? So now you're not even giving yourself the option to push on the next Zarya bubble. You know that you can't push, and you haven't been able to push for the last 5 seconds because your Zarya used her bubble on you when you were backed off at like 200 HP, and that's just not really what you wanted. So you knew you were going to have to wait the 8 seconds for the next Zarya bubble. But now you've probably waited a good 4 or 5 of those seconds, and look how low health your shield is. And that's just silly, because it means on this next Zarya bubble, all you can do is try to get energy. Go up and try to get 1 or 2 swings off this Zarya bubble, and then come back. There's absolutely no way you can push with a 300 HP shield. And even if you don't use any more, I have a sneaking suspicion you're not going to have more than a half strength shield by the time you push. And you would need something more in this territory of shield to be able to actually push. And there's no need for you to flash your shield, let your shield take damage like this. Like, you didn't need to go up for these trades right now. You're taking away your actual option to push, and I can guarantee you, I can't guarantee you, the first push tends to be one of your stronger pushes as offense, because at that point, there's less time for your team to have staggered, there's less people getting back at different times. You want your first push to be a good one, and you are sort of delaying when your first push can happen with what you've done here. Okay, E-Turns is in the chat, as is the Ghost of Honor. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. So now it's going to be great. You're trying to use it. And you see how that happened? You're in that situation where it's like, well, I did some damage. I pushed the Reinhardt back a little bit. Do I want to keep pushing or not? And you can't really keep pushing because you only have 500 shield, which means even if you make this Reinhardt back up more by swinging into him twice more and make him go, oh, I'm comfortable. I want to leave. I want to try to back up. I want to try to go back to here. I want to try to go back to here. You don't have the shield to actually take the space, to the next corner that he might back up to. So this would be really hard. And you just put yourself in this situation. I don't know why you're holding shield up so long there. You just needed to close the angle. That fire strike was fine. Okay. Why are you lowering your shield to swing here? You haven't been healed up enough to justify swinging. Just back out. Nope. Nope. One second on it. Okay. So there's the fire strikes, but you're putting yourself in these situations where you can't do real pushes when your Zarya's bubble is up. And I don't particularly like that. All good, E-turns. We will certainly roast you.
You're powered up. Get in there.
What? What?
You're powered up.
Yes, you're nanoed. You're gonna push. Your team is relatively here. You're gonna push. You're nanoed. That's fine. You would have liked the nano earlier, but you can't control that. You're gonna go for your swings. Totally fine. You have all the time in the world, and you can absolutely cancel your swing into a pin here. That's the beauty of swing. If this was a fire strike, you'd be stuck. There'd be nothing you could do. But this is not a fire strike. This is a swing. We can hit shift. We can hit shift. And we expected him to shift us because shifting is one of the common things that Reinhardts do when we're nanoed. When we're nanoed, Reinhardts do two very common things. They back up and hold their shield up because they don't want us to shatter them because they know we're building our ult quickly. And they don't want to get overwhelmed by the damage from our teammates since we're doing a lot of damage to them. Or they try to pin us to be like, see team, I'm doing you a favor. Aren't I great? I'm removing this nanoed Ryan from the fight. Those are the two things they do. So this should come as no surprise to you. Your reaction time, this shouldn't even be reaction time. This should be extremely predictive because your brain went into, there are two things he's going to do, and I know those two things. And since I know those two things, I don't even have to think about it. I just press the counter charge button when he does this. Anna, yeah. So, you actually did want to fire strike this. And we're going to go over this. You going for the Anna is good. Let's slow this down. Boom. You see how you did damage? You did damage. Your hammer just went this way, like this. And you did damage as soon as your hammer got to here. Now, you did two things wrong. A, you actually wanted to turn your screen this way, drag your screen to the right, so that instead of doing damage when your hammer got to here, you did damage she was on instead this part of your screen, and you did damage when your hammer got to here. You see how that works? That's what you wanted to do, because you knew your swing was coming from the left here. And then, as soon as you did damage, as soon as your hammer got to here, you wanted to cancel the back swing, the rest of the swing, the remaining 2/3 of the swing, by pressing E and turning back to have her at the center of your screen like this. And then Anna gets eliminated. And you know what's really cool about Anna getting eliminated? It happens in time before you get eliminated. There you go. So I know I've been harping on close range fire strikes, but close range fire strikes are acceptable when you use them as a animation cancel for a finishing blow. Because getting your elimination that much earlier means you actually get the elimination in some of these cases. It means they don't get more healing, more things don't get happen, you don't get taken down, etc. Why are you giving him shield? Why are you just dancing here giving him shield? No. Why? You're not using this. You're just walking back and forth here. You're just walking back and forth. We don't want to do that. Okay. Shield's up because you don't like it. Now you're just walking back and forth again. Now you walk forward for another swing. Fine. And you see him? Your movement pattern has been like, where are we going? What are we doing? That's a ton of given away resource. It could be shield, it could be health, but it's a ton of given away resource. Reinhardt doesn't just meander. That is not what Reinhardt does. Reinhardt is a decisive hero. Reinhardt goes, I have this corner. I can chill here. I can fire strike here. I throw my fire strike. Let's erase that. I throw my fire strike. Cool. Like that. Then Reinhardt decisively walks to here. And then he has his new corner. And he gets to decide, is my team here? Takes a quick peek behind him. Just takes a quick look behind him. Is my team here? Team's here? Great. I'm decisively going to push. I'm going to push up. I'm going to take my swing, take my 2 swings, maybe take my bubbled 2 swings, and then I can come right back out, or I can go, I've earned this, and keep going. There is a third option. If you take your 2 swings, and then you see your health bar is in a place where you're like, I'm not really comfortable swinging again, but I think my Anna's going to heal me back up in a moment, so I put my shield up. But I'm not doing back and forth walking, as this is happening. I'm just putting my shield up, kind of staying close enough that I could swing to the Rhine because I think Mana's going to heal me, and then I'm going to swing at the Rhine once Mana gets that heal on me. Or I don't think I'm going to get more and I'm going to leave. Those are my options. Reinhardt is decisive, though. If you wander, you lose a lot of shield resource, and that is a resource that your whole team needs, but you need especially to do your work, to be able to hold space, advance on enemy. Now, you're in a situation where even if you scare back their team, you can't actually go take the fresh space because you don't have the shield for it. Yeah. I'm glad you see how it's wrong, but do you understand how you can avoid it by going like, if you're not sure if you can push the fight or not, I don't actually care whether you're wrong in your decision. I just want you to decide I'm pushing or I'm not. And if you can't make the decision, you can put your shield up for a moment, like I'm at half health, let me decide if my Anna's going to heal me or not. But you should never just do this dance thing. You should be, I'm here, and maybe I'm staying close enough to the Reinhardt because I think Mana's going to heal me and then I'm going to keep swinging, or I think it's lost and I back out. And it's possible that you're pushing in, you're thinking you're going to take it, and then you get burst down so hard that you go no, and you put your shield up and you go back and you do this. But you're never doing this, nor are you doing this. You got it. You got it. You saw the Reinhardt. You hear the Reinhardt huffing that he's doing a charge. You see the Reinhardt. If you press the shift button, he won't hurt you. You'll knock each other down. I promise. These are some pretty far away charges that you're not reacting to. They're not like an eternity away, but they're far enough away with enough warning that you got to be able to hit these counter charges. Reinhardts will abuse you if they can hit these charges and not get countercharged.
Mm-hmm. 60 seconds remaining.
Okay. So you just have to wait behind cover. You literally just have to wait behind cover until you're healed up and you get some shield back. Okay, you can push up and swing at that. And now you push, you push, you push. Why are we backing up? I'm aware that there's a high noon going, I just don't care. Like, why are we backing up? Ugh, fine. Fine. We can back up from the nano and the high noon. You weren't wrong to back up. I just think you guys could have forced it quite fine.
You're powered up. Get in.
Oh, you're not going to get bananas. Oh well. Right idea. Right idea to go for the fire strike. Just a name problem.
Down the objective. Go. I will be there. 10 seconds remaining. I'm on fire. Objective A captured. A new defense point. Objective B.
Barrier, group up with me. Group up here. I power.
Reinhardt, you have.
Okay, this is fine. You just walk forward. You're going to choose to walk forward into this. Fine. Why are you not getting any heals here?
Enemy turret ahead.
Yeah, that's not going to work. I'm unclear on why you were so low health. You couldn't actually push into that at that low health, but I'm unclear on why you stayed so low health. So we'll take a look. Here you are. You get Firestruck, which I'm fine with. And this is fine, except you're realizing that your health is not going up. So you've got to go, okay, well, I can't actually break this corner. Like, you can't try to break this corner to try to, like, turn and push into this at this health. So you need to go, well, I guess I'm holding this corner until I get healed up. This isn't really a place that you want to stay, but you just can't try to break this corner with this level of health. You have to realize that, nope, something's going on. And you knew there was something over here. You did know that there was something, probably the McCree over here. You could sense that. You could hear that. You could tell that as you were walking by. It definitely wasn't enough shouldn't have been enough to stop your Ana from healing you, but clearly it did, so you have to work with the reality there. And even though you didn't break this threshold into here without getting healed, you broke this threshold to where his backline can threaten you. So you didn't really want to do this because now you're just putting yourself in a situation where even if he hadn't pinned you, his backline gets to pressure you while you can't really afford to drop your shield to swing at him, and your backline isn't pressuring him. When you break this threshold, are going to need to break it very aggressively, and you just can't do that with 350 health. That shouldn't have hit you. You should have dodged that. Okay. But who is this for? Like, if you were putting your shield up to go, hey, soldier, clear these guys for me real quick, that would be fine. but your soldier isn't here to clear these guys real quick. If you were going, Anna, clear these guys for me real quick, that would be fine. You would be going, hey, I'm putting this up to clear an off angle real quick with my Anna or soldier or whatever from behind my shield, but that's not a thing. So don't be here, just leave. Like, if your team isn't willing to come up here and clear these with you, your only options are to walk at them so you can swing, which you're not going to do. You'll get pulverized from behind, or to go, okay, and just leave again, because your team clearly isn't backing this up. Nope, no shield dance. It's fine. Reasonable idea. No. No. You've again put yourself in this situation where his backline gets to threaten you. If you'd hit the ball, it wouldn't have finished the ball, and his backline gets to threaten you. Your backline maybe gets to help you, but not really. And you know not really, because you know that for some reason or another, your Anna hasn't been here the whole time. And you're now in this place where his backline gets to threaten you, but your backline does not get to threaten him. This needs to be a tight rotation. When you actually go push up to here, it needs to be like a 3-2-1 go, and your whole team comes with you as you push. And you know that's not happening. And this, your team couldn't have kept up with because you went whirlwind speed charge, and now you're just in danger. No. No.
Everyone get on the object. I am your shield.
You could have not let this ball in with a better body block before it got speed, but that's okay. You go for this. I don't really love that, but it works. Oh boy. Okay. Swing at the... Okay. Okay.
30 seconds remaining.
Just swing. Your swing is so much better than your charge and worked just fine for this situation. Okay. Probably the end of that push. But you guys got 2 ticks. Barely, but it counts. Okay. So we'll see how things evolve, but the biggest things right now are definitely the, hey, what are you doing with these close range fire strikes? The, you just give away way too much shield, you don't move decisively, you do a shield dance thing, and your charge reaction times, which it's not just like, oh, you need to have better reactions, your synapses need to fire faster, your muscles need to move faster. It's not that. It's you just need to have a little more awareness of when the Rhine is going to want to charge. Like, oh, he's nanoed, he wants to charge. And like, just remember that if he's a little bit of distance away from you, he might want to charge. Like, these charges that really aren't big reaction time charges are the ones I want. It's not the close range charges I'm worried about. It's the ones where he's like, where the distance is like from here to here that he's getting charges off. Those are what I'm concerned about. But we'll see how things evolve as the rest of this match plays out.
And you are looking as lovely as ever.
Hello.
Are we going to go for an opening fire strike?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't have to be hard. Shatters can be hard to react to. Close range charges can be a little bit hard to react to. But, you know, it's not hard to react to a charge when you're here and he's here. Like, he does have a wind-up animation. What else was he going to do from here? If he's not walking towards you, and if he's not walking back with the shield up, oh, he's going to charge. If you're nanoed, he's either going to try to shatter you, charge you, or hard shield. Like, and when you limit it to those options, those are the only things he can do. When you think about him, it gets easier. You get less overwhelmed when you sort of break down, well, really, these are the things he could do. And then it's less reacting, and it's more, let me pick my adventure between these three. Or he's picking it, but it's less overwhelming.
Incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay. You drifted pretty far there. Okay. Fine. He's discorded, you're not. No, we don't care about this. Don't care about this. You're probably not going to push out and help him, right? Okay, maybe you are. Okay, good. Nope. You're not going to push out to go get charges here. You don't have an off-tank Zarya that you need to feed energy to, so you're happy to let them drain the clock forever. You're literally happy to let them drain the clock forever. You don't need them to charge ults off of you. You don't need ults to get charged in general. You're on defense. You don't need fights to happen. You're perfectly happy to go, I can sit here and tap my foot, look at my watch, go, let me examine myself in my mirror. Let me do my taxes. Let me, do whatever you want. Pull out my cell phone, whatever. Don't actually do any of those things. But you're perfectly happy to basically stand here and be bored until they decide that they actually want to push. You don't actually need to push out at all to go, is there something I want to swing at? Is there something I want to swing at? I don't care if there's something you want to swing at. Unless your team is making some aggressive play, like your Doomfist is going through here, or your ball is swinging through here. I don't need you to push through. You're perfectly happy to just enforce your corner. Let their Reinhardt make the push. It's way harder to push into a Rein holding a corner than it is to fight a Rein in the open. This is fine, except for the part where you get pinned. Now you should immediately step to the right. So you threw your fire strike, and you should immediately step to the right again, because you want to close his backline off, so his backline can't see you, and then maybe you push forward with a swing. But you immediately go here to close the backline angle off. Okay. Shield. He's bubbled. You can't hurt him. Just throw your shield at him. Hard shield. And now, you didn't shield, you swung, but that's fine. But we just hit our shift. And he even was knocked away a little bit by your sort of swing into him there. Like, you got a little extra time. That one was harder than some of the others, but that one was doable. Yep, we'll work on it. Really, it's just going to be about sort of eliminating the other options in your mind so that it's like, well, there's only X things that he can do. There's only 3 things that he can do. One of them is pin. There's only 4 things that he can do. One of them is pin. And if he's not doing one of the other things, your brain will get to pin faster. It's just about narrowing down the options a bit.
Get behind.
You should have blocked that, but that's okay. I mean, you should have blocked that. Like, here we are. You hit your fire strike. You hear the sound effect. Yeah.
Get in there. I'm on fire.
Okay, no ticks.
Don't worry, my friend. I have your shield.
You see how you're just giving away shield again for no reason? This exists on your defense too. We called it out a lot on your offense, but it exists on your defense too. Don't do it. Just stand right over here. Just stand right over here. You'll have full shield then. That way, if they do wrap around the corner and push you, and you actually hurt, etc., you can hop backwards and still have quite a bit of shield left to protect yourself with. To decide if you want to work your way back to here with. To back up, get stabilized with heals, and then push back forward with. Don't do it. Don't wander out there. You don't need to be out there. Nope, don't give him shield. No. No. You can see him. He's jump charging you. You can hear him. I see he's got the bubble, but you still hit the button. You still hit the button? Yeah. Okay, so yes, dodging charges is a thing. Stop trying to dodge his charges. Stop trying to dodge his charges. Just hit the counter pin, knock both of you down. It's fine. You guys have Transcendence. They have Shatter and Grav. Okay. And they're about to have High Noon. Don't need to give them shield. Close the angle. He's good. What are you doing? What are you doing? This isn't really better. So backing up buys you guys a little more time, which gives your, means your ball will be back sooner relative to when the fight starts because you're avoiding the fight. But this choke is really strong, and this really isn't. I would rather take your 5v6 at this choke and make them push into this strong corner that you're enforcing, as opposed to kite back to this much inferior choke and go, yes, but now I'll have my ball back 8 seconds after the fight starts instead of 12 seconds after the fight starts. No, sorry, this choke is worth more than 4 seconds to me. It should be. No, that's not a fire strike. You don't get to do that. What if McCree flicks to you and double headshots you? What if Zarya right clicks you? What if you get slept? What if you get widowed? Like, you don't fire strike from the open. You do your fire strikes from cover. You go, fire strike, close angle. Fire strike, close angle. You can't fire strike like that at a group that's looking at you. Absolutely not. How many seconds is it worth? How many seconds is the choke worth? That's a good question. Oh, like, does the equation change if, like, there was a sim teleporter set up? No, I don't think it does. I think I'd still hold it. Yeah. The way that you might give it up might be like you go down 2 and you decide you can't hold it, and the 2 go down very early and they went down like up here. So it's going to be a case of like they went down spawn camping or something, and you go, if you were spawn camping them with 6 and 2 people went down like 1-2 like that within a second or 2 of each other, and you were able to back up all the way to here before the fight happened to buy time for them to respawn, and it was the difference of 2 coming back, and you're getting the extra 4 seconds of that, and those 4 seconds are effectively more relevant because it means that when you get to it, it's like we're not going to have allies for 4 seconds or 6 seconds or 2 seconds instead of we're not going to have allies for 8 seconds or 12 seconds of the fight starting. Yeah. Anyway, meaningless exercise. Okay. Double pin. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the retreat. The choke is stronger than you give it credit for, but part of what makes the choke stronger than you give it credit for is you need to stop doing this and stop doing this, and instead just be like, I chill, and I swing into the open. And if the Rhine walks through or people walk through, I'm happy to step forward and swing into them. Happy to step forward and swing into them if I have to, but I don't just chill here with my shield up. I don't just chill here in general, I chill more here, and it's rare that I push out here. I push out here when we're hard winning a fight, or when my Doomfist has gone in, my ball has gone in, etc. Oh, and that's it. Yikes.
This is not over.
30 seconds.
Oh no, it's not it. You guys just turn it? Really? Okay. I was thinking that they were going to double cap you real quick. Instead,
10 seconds remaining.
are we doing the Reinhardt dance? The Reinhardt dance? Do you know the Reinhardt dance? Okay.
Keep your head down.
Get me.
Okay.
Victory.
So. Okay. Let's go here. So. The things that you're going to have to work on, if we try to prioritize them, like, the hardest thing for you to work on, but the thing that obviously would have had the most impact this match, is not getting abused by the other Reinhardt's charge. Actually hitting your counterpins. And none of those were terribly challenging in the grand scheme of things, counterpins to pins to counterpin. So we definitely need you to hit those. And the answer to that is going to be you just have to make it the focus. Once you make it the focus and go, I don't care if I get shattered, I don't care if my shield breaks, I don't care if I get slept darted, whatever. Once you make, like, I'm going to use 20% of my brain power, 15% of my brain power, more than I say for most things, just looking for pins, keeping my eye out for, is he pinning? Is he pinning? I'm ready for it. If you, like, really hyper make that a focus for a bit when playing against other Reinhardts, you'll play worse. Don't get me wrong. You will play worse, but you will see them, you will be able to pin them, and then you'll get better. But this is one of those things where you're going to focus on it so hard that your SR is going to go like this for a bit, and it's going to kind of suck. But once you get it, it's there, and it really won't be an issue. So, like, your SR is going to go like this for a bit if you hard focus on counterpins, but counterpins are the biggest thing in this game that went wrong for you, like, by a meaningful amount. That's the biggest thing that went wrong for you. So I'd probably recommend you do that, though, yeah, it's going to suck, and if you're feeling frustrated, you might not want to do this first because this one is going to hurt. But that is how you do it. You go, I'm gonna like, not almost to the exclusion of all else, I am going to focus on pins with this Reinhardt. And you know, you can do it the custom game way. If you want to go to you do it the custom game way instead, that'll be easier on your ego, that'll be easier on your SR. Go get the practice first in custom games as training wheels to make it easier, and then you'll be able to implement it in faster when you get into the real game. So that could definitely work for you. The next thing I would work on is you're just giving away too much shield. This is a perfect example of what are you doing here giving away shield. It showed up both ways, and it stops you from being able to push, and it also on when you're on offense, and it also stops you from being able to stabilize as long as you'd like. It puts you in situations where you're vulnerable when you wouldn't have to be, when you can enforce this corner much more strongly if you still had another 400 shield HP here. So that is going to be the next thing, and after you get your charges worked out, you're going to move on. You're going to focus on that with like 5 to 15% of your brain power while playing the game. No big deal. This one won't be too bad. Should be pretty easy to implement. You get your gains. That works out great. And then the third thing that we're going to work on after we've worked on those other two things, I don't want you trying to do all three things at once. I want you to pick a topic, work on that topic, work on it for 5 games, 30 games, 20 games, 15 games, whatever it takes to implement it in for you to make it part of your, I see this is a habit, this is how I play the game now. That's what I want. Then you're going to go ahead and work on the fire strike thing we talked about, where you're going to recognize, wait, no, I should be fire striking from far away, or I should be fire striking as finishers. Maybe I fire strike through windows. I'm not looking to do close range fire strikes around corners on people. I'm not looking to fire strike in the open at a group of 6 people that are looking at me, unless I have my own cover. So that's what I do. Yeah. Like I said, the charge thing is going to be a little tough, but if you really make it a focus, and this won't take very long, you really make it a focus for a few games against other Reinhardts that are charge happy, like this one was, you'll get it. And you don't want to like try to do that for 30 games or something like that, because if you try to do that for 30 games, it'll actually cement you playing the game wrong, if that sort of makes sense, because you will be doing other stuff meaningfully worse, because we're going to have to put a fair amount of focus on it. Um, but this one is going to be a heavy mental investment in looking for it, getting it right, etc., and then ease back pretty quick into your normal playing of the game. But it is going to hurt a little. Okay, so okay, here's what I have in the notepad for what I read over before I play. Don't engage with half HP, repeaking, etc. Don't E at close range unless executing. Don't dance on walls, giving shield away for free. So those are all true. You did push in with half shield sometimes and with half health sometimes. Those are true. I think my summaries are better. And focus on predicting for counterpins. Yes. So some of the material in the temporal Rhine how to fire strike and shield good video. Some of it, though he has a little bit of a different issue too. We talked about corners, yeah. How we talked about not wearing his shield down in his trades offensively is probably a little different than how I cover it in the video. This take that he needed was slightly twisted from that one, I would say. Though what I said in the other video is right, of course. And the fire strike stuff, yes, it's in there. It's in there. I think I probably cover in there that you don't fire strike in melee range of other Reinhardts. If I didn't, I should have. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to cover it. So if you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. We are trying to grow here. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of events we have coming up. We're trying to schedule our internal scrims for next week. People had a lot of fun with those, so if you guys are interested, get into Discord, go to the event planning page, make sure you hit that. But that's what I've got. So E-turns, looks like you're good. I'm not seeing any more questions. You are welcome there, E-turns. Okay, looks like that worked out. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.